Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Marvel Monday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Marvel Legends series Iron Man Retro Carded Iron Man Model 1 Gold. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging, and there we have Marvel Comics Iron Man Model 01-Gold. 4 and up, assortment numbers. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. Some nice animated series artwork of modular armor Iron Man. Nice big blister showcasing the figure and his accessories. And even though this came in a sealed case, it was bent up just a little bit there. So, there is that. On the back, Marvel Comics, and again, that's my favorite version of the Marvel Comics logo. Marvel with the big M and the comics inside of it. I just like that. And then Marvel Iron Man Model 01 Gold. And what does it say? When Tony Stark decides that Iron Man needs an outfit upgrade, he faces off against the hypnotic Gargantus, wearing golden armor. And then there it is again in some other languages. Nice line art drawing of Iron Man and his accessories, and it shows out parts you can swap. Recycled print, Hasbro print. Attention! Especially don't stick things in your French pie hole. Warning, attention, Octoon. Don't stick things in any other language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and that barcode. That, my friends, completes our look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers to help us take a look at the accessories. And first of all, we have 2 of these smoke swirly effects, and they're made out of a translucent plastic with a little bit of this, I don't know exactly what color to call that, maybe black, not really. On the camera it looks black, but in person it doesn't quite look black. Maybe a very dark grayish. At least that's the way it looks to me. I'm colorblind. Don't make fun of handicapped people. And there's 2 of these. Nothing new. I mean, we've seen these effects before. So. And the same with these blasts. So, you know, these have been around since what, the 80th anniversary Iron Man. These particular blasts. And then the smoke effects. Did they start using those last year? I'm not sure. That would be 2023. Here's the Tony Stark head. Again, nothing new here. Nice molded detail, and you know, nice deco. The eyes, the eyebrows, the mustache, the lips. Some fading or shadow right here under the lip as well. And around the eyes also. So very nice looking. And here he has 2 alternate hands, which are like repulsor blast hands, although there's no port in them for actual blast, because he didn't actually blast out of this armor that I recall. It's on in and out hinge. There's a left one and a right one. Nothing new. You know, there's really everything about this figure is reuse from the Beyond Earth's Mightiest Model 1 Iron Man, except for this, I want to call it skirt piece here. And I always thought of this as the Model 2, but apparently it's just Model 1 Gold with a skirt. Although they don't say that in the description. It looks to be molded all in the gold plastic. You can see swirly twirlies in a lot of it. This on the arm might actually be a paint app. And then looks like paint app on the lower parts of the legs as well, and the feet. Maybe even the upper legs, the thighs as well. So that's cool. And it does have a wash on it in places, and then it's got some type of paint apps here, and I'm not sure what that is. Of course, it doesn't go all the way around to the back as well, so that's a little weird. Maybe it's some kind of comic shadowing, but you can see, you know, where they molded it in this gold plastic in places here as well. No wash on the back of it at all. I mean, it stops like right at this leg line. So where the figures put together, they did it on the front but not on the back. So, and you can see his eyes in there. It's a very nice looking deco in there. And then I think this is a paint app, unless it could be a separate piece glued in there, I'm not sure. And then his two plug-in pieces here, you notice a little bit of shading around there, and again the wash on the belt, and then on the arms, and then even on these knees you can see it in there. So let's take a look at his articulation. He doesn't really look up any further than that, and he looks down about that far. And I want to say this is on a dumbbell and a ball joint at the bottom of the neck, but I can't really get in there to see it. Oh, there we go. So yeah, that's exactly what it is. And you can see here, like the inside of the head is a separate piece from the helmet, and it's just glued in there. So let me see if I can get that to go back on. I think it did. So he's got some chicken neck. He's got waggle. He can do the full exorcist, but you have to do some tilting to get that to happen. At the shoulder, he can raise it up that far. 360 degrees rotation. At the upper bicep, another 360 degrees of rotation. Double hinged, pinless elbow. And it only gives you about that much bend, so about 90 degrees, even though you notice it is double hinged and we're not getting much out of here, but it's just the way that it's molded up here that's what you get. Then 360 degrees at the wrist, on and in and out hinge, and again the hands are also molded in that gold plastic and in and out on this side as well. Like a ball joint is something like a ball joint, maybe like a half dumbbell at the waist. It might be a full dumbbell. So anyway, he's got all kinds of hula. He can rotate a full 360 degrees at the waist. He leans back that far. He leans forward that far. And then of course he can lean left and right as well. At the hips, now this skirt piece does have a split in it, so it doesn't hinder the articulation. Now it will push it back in a little bit, but not a whole lot. So he can get that much of the splits, and again, this is not hindering that at all. Even with this is the full range of movement of the joint, so he can kick forward that far, not quite 90 degrees, and back we'll call that a half a step. Cut at the upper thigh for a full 360 degree rotation, double hinged pinless knee. And we get a little bit more out of the knee than the elbow. So that's pretty cool. I think this is a missed opportunity to put a rotation right here, but you know, they missed it with the first one as well. And the ankle tilts down that far. It tilts up that far. And it has forward facing pin for rocker. And as far as the blast and the smoke goes, I think you all know how this works now. You kind of wrap the smoke around it, and since he doesn't have repulsor blast hands, these of course post into his feet. And that, my friends, does it for a look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review: comparisons. And here we have the Marvel Legends series Iron Man retro carded Iron Man Model 1 Gold with the 2023 Marvel Legends series Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest Iron Man Model 1 and 2022's Marvel Legends 20th Anniversary Iron Man. And I want to call this one Model 2. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the Marvel Legends series Iron Man retro carded Iron Man Model 1 Gold, with our final Marvel Legends series comparison making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee from the G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander, from Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Marvel Legends series Iron Man retro carded Iron Man Model 1 Gold, I'm going to have to say this. I always thought this was Model 2 because he did make some modifications to it. You know, he added the skirt and, you know, not just the gold paint, but, you know, he upgraded some of the gimmicks in the suit as well to take on a villain that he couldn't defeat in the regular Model 1 armor. So I always thought of this more as the Model 2, but apparently that was mistaken. It's just Model 1 Gold, and so I guess that's how I will refer to it going forward. Now, as far as this figure itself, if you liked the Beyond Earth's Mightiest Avengers Iron Man Model 1, then you will like this figure. It's 99% the same. The only difference being that it has the skirt piece on it, and the gray one does not have that piece. So there is that, and there may actually be another Model 1 in between those two that's the gray version with the skirt. I cannot remember if it was like that or not. Now, out of this Iron Man wave, the two figures I was looking forward to most was number one, the She-Hulk, which is a fantastic figure. Please watch that review. If it's not up already, it will be. So that'll be there. If it's already up, maybe I'll remember and I will add a card in here so you can click that and go watch it. But this is the second figure that I was looking forward to the most. And, you know, I can't fault the rest of the line. You know, there are some minor issues here and there, but for the most part, this whole wave has been a pretty good wave. Again, for the most part, there's some issues. Some figures have some issues, and some figures have less issues. This is one, at least to me, has less issues. Now, something I would have liked to have seen is more gold paint so that number one, you don't see all the swirly twirlies and everything just matches up. And that's really not what happened with this figure. But as far as the wash goes, on the front where the wash is, it's not on the back. The wash looks great, and it helps details stand out like it should. And it just adds, at least to me, an air of authenticity to this figure. Now, as you can see it going around to the back, there ain't no wash going on at all. And so that kind of takes away from any authenticity. You know, how much would it have really taken to put that wash all the way around the figure? And I understand, you know, this one was a higher price point when it was originally released in the gray, the Beyond Earth's Mightiest version of this figure. It was a higher price point, and this one is more like the standard price point. And so I don't know. So I just think they could have spent a few extra cents and put the wash and some of the deco on the back of this figure as well. Now, overall, I have to say, you know, I liked this mold when it first came out. I like it in this gold. Would it have been better with some more paint apps on it? Yes, absolutely it would have. Is it okay like it is? It's okay. This will allow me to maybe start doing... working on maybe Avengers #1, the cover, for recreating it with action figures, because that's one of the things that I do like to do that I haven't really had a chance to do in a while. So I'm looking forward to that. I may have to have the Wasp from the Giant Man and Wasp 2-pack in order to complete that cover though. So, but again, overall, I'm not overly disappointed with this guy. Yes, there's some minor issues, but overall it's good. If you're a big Iron Man fan and you want, you know, good looking versions of the comic book armors, then this is definitely a pickup. And like I said, I like it. I've always kind of liked that style for Iron Man, and I guess it's kind of from the the issues where Rhodey, the armor, Rhodey was wearing the red and gold classic armor, and it was, you know, driving him crazy, and Tony had to step in wearing an updated version of the Model 1 armor and try to take him down with it. And, you know, I'm not going to tell you, no spoilers here. But anyway, again, overall, I like this figure. I was looking forward to it. I'm not disappointed in what we got. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content, or just help the channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.